I have finally figured out how to bring makeup content to my channel, and I am so excited and so grateful. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Ijoma. I'm a beauty lover, a skincare influencer, a pro makeup artist, and a woman of a certain age. And I feel like all these things give me the authority to do what I'm doing on my channel. It's all in the intro. I am a beauty lover, I'm a pro makeup artist, and being in the makeup community online right now, it's feeling a little bit redundant, a little bit overplayed, but there's still a place for all of us to find our voices and to share what we know and what we love. And for me, I feel as a makeup artist who predominantly works with women of color, I feel like I've got something to say. There's always something to say when it comes to beauty for women of color. The fact that I am a makeup artist allows me to do my makeup a little bit more differently than the average woman or the beauty guru online. I know beauty gurus do learn quite a lot from makeup artists, and it also affects how I consume makeup. I am not into the new. I'm not always constantly buying product, especially since we went through the zombie apocalypse. I really took a back seat when it came to buying products. It stopped making sense because I was not working. So I have just been mindfully using what I have in my collection, which is still a rather big collection, and trying to use it up before I even decide whether I'm going to go back to work or even buy any more products. I like to buy makeup that is very makeup artist friendly. I like seamlessness in my collection. I like functionality in my collection, and it also aligns with my beauty ethos. I am a big advocate for us to consume beauty mindfully. You can have the biggest collection, I am living through you, but for me that does not work. Also, being a woman of a certain age, I think it does add something to the wisdom I wish to share in regards to makeup. We can't all wear Instagram makeup. It passes an age whereby certain techniques just don't work anymore. The skin is not having it. So I feel like that's an important influence in the way I bring makeup content to my channel. Last and not least, I am based in the UK, and a lot of the beauty content on YouTube is around the American beauty industry. And I feel like the way the UK consumes makeup and the way Americans consume makeup is completely different, and that really does affect how I consume makeup as well, you know. So I just feel like I'm here for my British sisters. Yeah, those who are on this little island, we can do this together. I'm here for you. Share with a friend, let them know that I'm here. I am willing to help. I'm excited to do these videos, and I am grateful. I repeat, I am grateful. So how are we going to do this? Every 6 to 8 weeks, I am going to come to you with 2 makeup videos. One video is going to be more so about technique and explaining myself, why I do what I do. This can change with every video because technique does change with product. And the second video will focus on product reviews of all the makeup I have had in my rotation, makeup that I have predominantly used in that space. Please don't forget, I am a pro makeup artist. I have an extremely high standard when it comes to my makeup. I will be saying B+, B minus quite a bit. I don't easily give an A to a product, but I will give a lot of context. I will fill up my description box with as much detail so that you can know where to get what. And with that, I feel like I've explained myself well enough, but if you do have any questions for me, please feel free to jump into the comment section and talk to me. Let's jump into this makeup look, which I am really loving. Really loving. I'm just looking at a mirror here. Beautiful. I love the skin. Skin is my jam. Anyway, IJ is rambling. Let's get into the video. My skin is prepped, ready for makeup application. I will keep stressing the importance of a good quality skincare prep. This is right up there with your primer. If you really believe in primers, then believe in your skincare routine, because both of them will make your makeup go longer and look more beautiful. A good place to start, of course, is foundation. I am going in with the Avon Power Stay 24-Hour Foundation. I give the foundation a solid B+. It has somewhat of a soft matte finish, leaning more to the matte side. The shade range is not that bad, but as you know, when it comes to Avon, you have to buy it from the catalog, so you can't go somewhere and look at shade ranges. Now, I had a few qualms when I was thinking about buying this because the name 24-hour foundation is just, it's too much. It's too much. But this is a good foundation. Pleasantly surprised. But I am hoping to do a video on Avon makeup soon. I am going to buy quite a few shades to do some swatches. It's not an expensive foundation. I believe it's £10, somewhere thereabout. So I will be able to get a few shades and possibly do some swatches for you so that you can have some reference. I would say the foundation has a buildable coverage from medium to full. The shade that I'm wearing, I should have mentioned that, is chocolate. And it's okay. Somewhat neutral. It starts out looking a bit red, but I've been finding it to be a touch neutral. Because when I have a red foundation, a foundation that seems to be a little bit too red, I tend to notice it color corrects my skin. It hides my blemishes and my hyperpigmentation. Not that I have a lot of that, but just giving you context, chocolate is not as red as it's pretending to be. Once it goes on the skin, it kind of plays neutral. It kind of plays neutral. Because it's a soft matte finish, I find it's a foundation that is best if you work in layers. Don't just plonk it all on your skin because it does dry down rather fast and you won't be able to buff it into the skin as well as you want to. So give yourself some time with this foundation. That's what it wants. It wants a bit of time. I also find that it looks prettier in a few hours. Like, the initial application is not wowing me. It has not been wowing me, but a few hours into the makeup application, I'll think, yeah, you look nice. You're starting to look nice. A solid B plus. A few things to take into consideration, but as I said, I will do a full in-depth review on that foundation and a few other bits from Avon I'm getting. I just need to wear this foundation a little bit more, so I would call that a first impression. Following up with concealer, this is the Avon True Under Eye Brightening Illuminator. I bought this concealer in 2 shades. The darker shade is Golden Radiance and the lighter shade is Natural Radiance. Now, I have bought and used this concealer before. In fact, finished a tube. It's not bad. It's okay. I give it a B. It's not a game changer. I like how it sits on the skin, but it's not the kind of concealer that will hide any blemishes. If you want extreme brightening, you would have to pull in a lighter one, of course. It blends into the skin quite effortlessly. I guess this would be a concealer that is good for those who don't need a bow wow kind of concealer. Just something that brightens the skin in a nice way. It says it's an illuminator, so let's take it for what it is. It's not necessarily going to cover dark circles or hyperpigmentation because of the shade range. There's nothing in this concealer range that says color corrector. It just says brightening. This is a concealer for the everyday girl. Somebody who just wants an easy breezy concealer, perhaps wears makeup every day but doesn't want to spend their very expensive concealer every day. That £30 concealer, you want to be nice to it, you buy this for every day and then you wear your £30 concealer during the weekend when you need to really, you know, impress. I like how it moves. I like the formula. As you can see, I've taken quite a bit of time to blend it out on my skin and it doesn't dry, it doesn't get gloopy. It just works, and I think I really like it for that purpose. I give it a solid B. It doesn't sit in my fine lines, not that I have many of them, but I really like it. It sets well. A solid B. A solid B. I'm going to be a little bit extra and show you a very finesse type of highlighting technique. when you really want to pull and snatch your face in a certain way, and you've used a concealer that behaves like this, you know, it gives you a very nice soft and natural finish, but you feel like you need light at certain points of your skin, I am going to go in with the Natural Radiance shade, and I am going to be very specific. I'm only putting this at the highest points and points where I like light to hit me, and where light naturally hits the contours of the face when it comes to highlighting your bone structure. Yes. Now when it comes to the highlight to the brow, it really is about bone structure. When it comes to this highlight in the center, it's all about illusion. You want to just pull and yank a little bit more. And the little highlight underneath the cheek is really about both of these things. Highlighting your bone structure, but still, you know, yanking and pulling where you need to yank and pull. To do this, you need precision, you need patience, and you need practice. Give yourself time to finesse this technique, because it's a matter of blend, blend, blend. This technique should be so subtle, so subtle, that it is barely noticeable. But when you finish blending it, you are going to notice how I love it. Just lifts this area, because I have a bit of a laugh line there. It just lifts this area and makes it look slightly fuller. As you can see, the application of the lighter concealer by the lip just lifts the lip just a little bit. This is certainly not a technique you try for the first time if you're going somewhere important. Practice, 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 my dear friends. But it really does snatch the face ridiculously. I can already see. Can you tell that I love where I am right now? But I can already see how that little touch has just given my face a lot more shape, but in such a subtle and beautiful way that really honors my age and honors the way I wear makeup and my style of artistry. It's all about skin for me. If the skin has been perfected, then we thank the heavens. I feel like I've rambled a bit about concealer, but a quick recap. I give these a solid B. They are not game changers, but they are nice to have. They're only £4, I believe. There's only 4 shades in this range. Golden Radiance is the darkest, so take that for what you will. Yeah, B. We'll give it a B. Now to set the concealer I've just put down on my skin, I am going in with the Kiko Milano Matte Fusion Press Powder in the shade number 6. And I will be mixing it with the Sleek Luminous Press Powder in the shade number 2. I love both of these powders. I've been mixing them so that I can get the right shade of yellow for underneath my eyes. I do have yellow undertones, but they are not too strong, and I like to be really mindful about that. I do not want to go too yellow because it looks silly, but I want to still have that brightening effect, especially since I've been wearing a concealer that is not super duper bright. This combination has just been giving me what I need. Now to quickly review these powders, I really like the Kiko Milano powder. Really nice, a solid B+. I have quite a few of them in my collection. I would keep buying them. I really like how they look on the skin, a nice soft matte finish. The Sleek Luminous powder is an A+ for me, and unfortunately this powder is discontinued. If you're in the African hair shop and you see a Sleek stand, just go and have a look and check if they still have these powders. I have used these powders for over 6 years. I have loved them. I have gone through several of them. This beautiful soft matte with a touch of shimmer, it just leaves this satin finish on the skin. As I said, baby girl is all about skin round here, and I do not like flat matte. These luminous powders from Sleek, some of the best powders I've ever tried. I think I have one more backup in my collection. Absolutely love. So I've been mixing the 2 powders just to give me the right shade of yellow that I need, and the combo has been just right for me. You see, the thing about being a brown girl There's so much mixing and matching we have to do. There's so much respecting and understanding of your undertones and skin tone so that you can really finesse that skin. And it takes time, you know, give yourself time. Now it's time to give my face a little bit of shape. The powder I was using to contour over the last couple of weeks has just run out. So I've just grabbed this and it's also about to run out. This is the Daniel Sandler powder in the shade On the Loose. Looks like I need to do a little bit of happy shopping myself and get me some dark powders. I wonder where I'll go for that. You know, trying to finish things up as well. So let's talk about contour. As you can see, I'm very laissez-faire when it comes to contour. For me personally, not on a client, I like it really blown out. Of course, if a client asks for blown out contour, yeah, we'll go for it. It depends on her face shape. I'm rambling. Personally, for me, I really like it blown out. I feel like when it is too precise, it looks a little bit too Instagram. I feel like I look like mutton dressed like lamb, and I don't like that look. You know, I'm not ashamed of my age, but I also know there are some things that I have let go, and I need to let the young girls live their best life. Now, if you like a strong cheek at whatever age, I'm not judging you. Live your best life. But for me, for the look I'm going, for the zhuzh I'm going, I like it blown out, and that's why I like to use a nice big powder brush. This brush is from Kit Stars. It's the N1 powder brush. I really like how pinched it is. And that's also another reason I don't go too dark with my contour, because I want to blow it out. And if it's too dark, it will get too muddy. So if you are going to contour, be mindful if you're using my technique. When it comes to contouring the nose as well, I'm not precise for my own makeup application. I just grab whatever is on the brush. I don't really add more product. Sometimes I do, but on most occasions I will just pinch the brush even further and just come in and do a little bit of dusting. Now to bronze, I'll be honest, I don't always bronze, and that's because of my skin tone. I have a touch of red in my skin, so my skin always looks brown no matter the time of the year. My skin doesn't look flat. But sometimes I will throw on a bronzer, especially when going out and I want just a little bit more longevity on my makeup. Basically, I'm trying to put on more powder on that skin in layers so that it looks nice. The contour was here, so now I'm here. Does that make sense? Here, now I'm here. I come slightly above, and as you can see, very laissez-faire. The point of bronzer as well for me is to blend in the transition, is to create a transition between my contour and my concealer. I am also not loyal to bronzing powders. I just work with pressed powders, looking at the skin tone of my client or myself. I just look at the shade of the powder and go for it. I'm not loyal when it comes to bronzers, because it took the makeup industry quite a few years to decide whether we deserve bronzers or not. So baby girl's been using pressed powders. Anyway, this is the MUA Bronze Perfection Shimmer in Sahara Sunlight. I got this as a gift at Superdrug with purchase. It's nothing revolutionary, it's not bad. I give it a solid B. It does look beautiful on the skin. It's a soft matte finish. It does say shimmer. There's barely a shimmer on this, but there is a little bit of something. I feel somebody who's lighter than me will see the shimmer in this, but it's not a bad powder. As I said, a solid B. I could possibly even repurchase that, you know, Now for highlight, as I said, I am the queen of skin. I like to do all my skin work before I do my eyes. This is the highlight of choice today. This is Comet Catcher from Kaleidoscope. It is such a difficult color to catch on camera, but it goes like purple and green and bronze. It's just one of those ones. Now this new technique of me applying highlighter, I learnt it from Veronica Says, and I absolutely love the idea. Apply your highlighter first. Be generous with it. Don't be fearful, because that's one of the things about highlighter. You have to be so precise, but this technique allows you to play games a little bit. So apply that highlighter. I don't know if you can see on camera, probably. Apply it generously, as much as you desire. Okay, be mindful, not as much as you desire, as much as you need. And then come atop of it with blush. Took me a while, maybe a few tries to really get this technique, but I really like it. It makes the blush and the highlight look very seamless. It looks like you've got a glowy blush on, and I absolutely love that. A quick review on the Kaleidoscope Comet Catcher highlighter. Beautiful, not for everybody. I give the formula a solid B+. You need the right brush, you need the right technique. As I said, it's not for everybody. This is another rule breaker, you know. If you like a harsh contour, go for it, you know. This is a rule breaker. Some women my age would never wear her highlighter this color, you know. When it comes to age and makeup and all this and all that. Such a big conversation. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about the blush. This is the Marina Beauty blush in Cashmere Rose. This is a lovely, beautiful blush. This is a muted pink color. Quite a few people will get away with this, even skin tones darker than me. Slightly pricey, but the quality is there, the packaging is there. It is such a pretty thing. Definitely makeup artist worthy. They have a beautiful, stunning range. I absolutely love this blush. I have quite a few from her collection. Yeah, that's a Marina blush. A solid A. Yes, definitely a solid A. It's time to do some eyeshadow. I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to be using one pigment. This is from Krylon. The shade is in Pure Sympathy. This is a swatch of the color. As you can see, it's one of those workhorse browns. You can do so much with this. So much with this. It is pigmented, it is gorgeous, a soft matte finish. I give this color a solid A in my opinion. Brown is such a staple color, not only for makeup artists but for women of color, and this is one of my favorite browns in my collection. Yes, the packaging is annoying, but Krylon is a makeup brand that centers makeup artists. So that is very practical for makeup artists. You just got to dump a bit of product in the lid and get on with it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. My camera cut out. I don't know where I was, but I am packing that brown pigment in the shade Pure Sympathy from Krylon all over the lid with a fluffy flat shader brush. I'm going to also run the same shadow at the bottom of my lash line, keeping things really simple. This is classic IJ. The skin is done. I've got a funky highlighter on. Now I just want to keep the eye really simple. I'm then going to go into my custom eyeshadow palette. I have been playing with quite a few of my Inglot shadows. These are Makeup Revolution, these are Krylon, and this is a random one that I don't know where it's from. But yeah, I'm going to use the very dark brown. This is from Makeup Revolution. They don't consistently make those shadows anymore, but you can find them on the sale section. I think they're pretty decent. I give them a solid B+. Anyway, I'm taking that dark brown into the crease, just giving myself a little bit more definition. I'm then going to go into that MUA bronzer just to soften the lines. Using your blush and your bronzer as a transition shades, as finishing shades in your eyeshadow look, really ties everything together. It may not seem like much, but to the human eye is picking up that information. and your brain is, or rather the other people's brains are calculating how cohesive your makeup looks and how the little nuances you've used to really play with things, you know, play with things. Now I am going to line my eye with the Max Factor Kohl pencil in black. This is one of my favorite pencils ever. It's really good. A solid A from me. It is a beautiful deep dark color. I love the formula. It's not too waxy. It's not too creamy either. It's just right. It stays where you place it. Really, really good. It's a favorite. It's a staple. I believe this pencil has been around forever. Anyway, I love it. Definitely recommend it. Using that dark brown shadow that I used to create some shape for my eye, I am going to smudge the liner, because at the end of the day your cream liner is a cream and setting it allows it to last longer. I also like to smudge it because it softens the look. It really, I love soft. I love soft. There are no straight lines on the face. I want soft everywhere. I find it even makes the eyeliner look a little bit more impactful. It makes the eye look really sultry and sexy. I really, really, really love that technique. I will always do it and I will always advocate for it. Now, using that brush that I used to do a little bit of crease definition, I am going to go back into the bronzer and run it gently underneath my lash line. I'm all about cohesiveness, bringing everything together. So what I did above, I tend to like to do below as well. It balances the eye and it makes sure that the work just looks as tidy as possible. I do love a good tidy makeup look. Sometimes, not always, I do like to come back in and reinforce my liner. Just one swipe or two. Now I know it's not going anywhere. Now it's time for mascara. I will be going in with the Avon True Ultra Volume Lash Magnifying Mascara. I give this mascara a B. I find the brush to be very cumbersome. As you can see, the wand is a traditional style wand. It's rather big. So it doesn't really work for me for getting down into the roots and to do a lot of precision work on the lash. The formula itself is nothing revolutionary. I would give it a B minus. It's not a bad mascara, but it's not one I would repurchase. Neither recommend. Next up is the Clinique High Impact Mascara. This mascara is also in the shade black. I was expecting more from this mascara considering it's called High Impact. Once again, another traditional style brush. It's okay, nothing revolutionary. I feel as the mascara is getting dry, it is getting a little bit better, but it's not changing my life. I would give it just a flat B. It's not something I would repurchase, but if you want to look into this, perhaps check out other people's reviews. I just have high standards when it comes to mascaras. And it's very hard for me to be loyal because there are 10 billion mascaras in the world. But before I put on mascara, I do want to mist my face. Before I powder my skin, I usually mist my skin with either a hydrating mist or a makeup setting spray. It depends what I need from my makeup at that time. It depends how long I want it to last. For example, today I am going to be going in with both of these. I need this face to last me about I need 10 hours out of this face. I've got a long day ahead of me and I just need the best I can. It's also quite hot, so I feel like I'll need just a little bit more hydration into the skin. I don't want my skin to dry out, and I need my makeup setting spray to lock things in. The hydrating mist from Superdrug, I have spoken so highly about this over and over and over on my channel. This is beautiful. This is not a makeup setting spray. It is fantastic to add a boost of hydration to the skin. If you like that super glowy look, this is definitely one to use. Use it before you set your skin, use it after you set your skin. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I thought I'd give you a close-up of the setting spray I am talking about. This is the Magic's Prep and Set Spray from Avon. I absolutely love this spray. You can get it between £3 to £5 on the Avon catalog. For the price, it is absolutely fantastic. I have used this setting spray for over a decade. It has never let me down. I really love the way it behaves. It's not too drying, and I feel like it gives the makeup about 6 to 8 hour wear. A solid B plus for me, a long time love, and I definitely recommend it. So as my skin is drying, I'm going to go in with mascara and explain my technique. I've always used two mascaras on myself. This is something I started doing when I was maybe 16, and I've always done it. It is just a makeup habit. I also don't have the longest of lashes, so I have found that combining formulas can really give me some amazing lashes. I have no other scientific reason for it apart from that. Yeah, I love the results I get from it. I feel like 90% of the time I'm quite successful with my mascara combinations, and I just like the way my lashes look. My double mascara trick has been working since baby girl was 16, and it's gonna keep working until further notice. Now, this is the one part of this tutorial that I have nothing to offer. When it comes to brows are a very personal thing. They're very personal. Before I build a brow, I study a brow. You know, I take my time. I don't necessarily automatically go for the Instagram arch, because one, not everybody likes that, and it doesn't necessarily suit every face shape. Another reason why I'm not talking about my brows is because during the zombie apocalypse I stopped threading my eyebrows, and I haven't been back since. It has to be 3 years now since I have actually groomed my brows. So I've been rocking with this very bushy, very big, slightly untidy brow for the last 2 years, and I'm okay with it. And that's where I am. And that's what we're sticking with. For me, brows are really a very moody thing. It depends what I want. It depends what I'm going for. It depends what my client wants. Do they want a soft brow, a strong brow? How is the hair? How is the dress? How is the lip? I take so much into consideration when I'm building a brow, because I just feel like the brow is the frame. And if you mess it up, it stands out ridiculously. So I cannot offer you anything else apart from that when it comes to the brow. But my brows are done. Let's talk about the brow products I have used. I started my brow with a Beauty Pie Super Brow Precision Pencil in the shade Hot Coffee. This is not a bad pencil. I'm not the greatest lover of it. The shade Hot Coffee is somewhat neutral. It leans a touch cool tone, as you can see there. The formula is decent. It's not too waxy, it's not too creamy. It does build a brow. I just have another pencil that I love more than this. I definitely recommend it if you have a Beauty Pie subscription and if you like a light brow. The pencil is thin, it does the job, and it has a spoolie at the end, as usual. Most pencils these days do. I'll give it a B plus, but I do have another brow pencil that I love more than this. I'm just simply using this up. Next up is the W7 King Cole pencil. This is what I used to do the hair-like strokes on my brow. Now, it does say Cole pencil. It is a Cole pencil, but it's far too waxy to be a good Cole pencil for me, and it's not dark enough. It just does not translate well enough onto the eye. So I've been using, as you can see, combining the two really gives me a beautiful brow. I get this nice cool tone base, then I can draw hair-like strokes with this dark pencil. Am I suggesting that you go and get the W7 pencil to do your eyebrows? Absolutely not. I am just using up my makeup, and as I am a makeup artist, I know how to make product work, and this is what I'm using this for. And I definitely would not recommend it as an eyeliner either. There are much better eyeliners out there than this. I will be setting my brow with the brow gel from the B range in Superdrug. Apparently, this range is currently being discontinued for the sake of repackaging. It was a fantastic price. Brow gel is not something I like to spend too much money on. I absolutely love how skinny this wand is. It is ridiculously skinny. Love, love, love. I hope they do bring this back because I would buy it again. It was on sale. I bought a few backups because I'm that kind of girl. But when they do repackages, I definitely plan to get it. And yeah, I really, really like this. A solid B plus. Yeah, a solid B plus. It's the brush for me. It really is that brush for me. Now it's time to set the skin. I will be setting the skin with the baking powder from that B range as well at Superdrug. I really struggle to take off the clearance sticker. This is in the shade dark. I would give this powder a flat B, maybe even a B minus. It is nothing special. It's an okay powder. I don't think oilier skin will be amused by this. It didn't do anything special for my skin. It just set it, and I'm usually looking for a powder that transforms my skin. It not only sets it, but gives it a very beautiful skin-like finish. And I feel like this doesn't do that. So a flat B from me. Now, to give my skin that beautiful finish that I absolutely love, I have been mixing that particular powder with a One Powder Wonder in medium deep. Oh, I love this powder. I absolutely love this powder. This is a solid A from me. Next time I update my membership with Beauty Pie, I will be buying a few backups of this powder. The finish is absolutely stunning. The skin looks expensive. It looks like you're wearing a 50-pound foundation followed by a 50-pound powder. Blurring effect, a slight shimmer. It lasts well on the skin. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't get cakey. I have been playing with this powder with so many different foundations, and I just absolutely love the way it looks. A solid A from me. Definitely repurchasing, and I definitely recommend it. So I have just been tipping a little bit of that baking powder from Superdrug into this pan, giving it a good whirl and buffing it into the skin. Now, this is how I like to set skin. I want to buff everything together. I want all my lines, all the foundation, the concealer, the highlighter. I want it all to come together into one marriage. And I don't know if you can see a difference. This side has been set, and I just feel like there is a seamlessness going on because I have really buffed it into the skin. I like to work with a big fluffy brush, and then I go to this side, and you can see things still look a little bit unfinished. It looks good, but it can look better. I first pounce the powder into the skin, then I begin to buff, mindfully going underneath my eye. I don't particularly buff underneath the eye because I want to maintain that brightness underneath the eye, and I don't think underneath the eye needs that kind of pressure. Sometimes I will come back and really powder the nose on a day like this that I know this face needs to work hard. I like to set my brow after I powder my face for the sake of taking away powder from my brow. It also allows the brow gel to seal that little dusting of powder that went over the brows as I was powdering my skin, giving me a little bit more longevity on the brow. It's time to do my lipstick. This is one of my favorite colors I've been wearing over the last couple of weeks. This is the Elizabeth Arden Beautiful Color Moisturizing Lipstick in Coral Blaze. Let's first talk about that gorgeous packaging. The formula of this is absolutely beautiful. I have been sleeping on Elizabeth Arden lipsticks. I want more. I need more. Look at that one swatch payoff. Beautiful staying power, weighty packaging, beautiful packaging. Quintessentially Elizabeth Arden, a solid A+ for me. I want more of these lipsticks. So beautiful. And these two lip liners, I have also been predominantly using them. We'll start with the one from Kiko. This is the Kiko Milano Creamy Color Comfort Lip Liner in 321. This is one of my favorite colors. Look at that creaminess. Look at the way it's gliding. Nice solid reddy brown that works for so many situations. Kiko Milano really knows how to do pencils, whether they're eyeliners or lip liners. They all tend to be really good. Absolutely love this shade. Let me repeat it again. 321. Look at it. Beautiful. Next up is the brow pencil from MUA in the shade black brown. I use this as a lip liner. Very creamy consistency, very long wearing, very affordable. I give it a solid A. I have several backups of these pencils. Absolutely love them. Now for the last product that I've been rocking with. This is the Avon True Color Glazewear Lip Gloss in the shade Nude Muse. This is my go-to. Anytime I put on a lipstick and I'm not happy with the results, I don't like how it's sitting, or I feel like it's too matte, this color just does it for me. Just the right pink and brown. The formula is really good as well. Considering I'm not quite the lover of lip gloss, I really like this formula. It sits well on the skin. It's not too sticky. It's rather moisturizing. It lasts well on the skin. It's not too shiny, not too glossy. I absolutely love this lip gloss. This is another solid A from me. I have used it for several years. I will continue to repurchase it, and I definitely recommend it. So let's do that lip. I'm going to start with the dark pencil from MUA. I've been really layering my lips of late. I think I'm learning how to wear orange lipstick because that's new to me. So I've been using this dark pencil to really give me a lot of definition at the corner of my lips, and just adding a touch at my Cupid's bow. Then going in with the Kiko Milano pencil, filling in the gaps. You see how gorgeous that Kiko Milano pencil is? Just look at it. Look at it. Absolutely gorgeous. This is something I could wear on its own easily. Now going in with a lipstick. Beautiful. If you like a good lipstick, you do not compromise on lipsticks, Elizabeth Arden is severely slept on. Severely slept on. So comfortable on the lip. Creamy, feels like a really good lip balm. Love. Now I'm going to go back into that dark pencil and just reinforce what I did initially. Darken the corner of my lips. Come back and define my Cupid's bow. And just do a light swipe at the bottom of the lip, and that's it. That is a lip I've been rocking consistently. I absolutely love it. Who knew orange was such a good color? I mean, we knew, but IG has been sleeping. Anyway, let's add a touch of gloss so I can show you what I mean. You see? Just adds a bit of something. Now let me gather myself, then I can end this video. All done, all gathered. I absolutely love the look. Let us have a good look in the mirror. Very glowy skin, which is quintessentially me. I am going to mist my face one more time with that Avon spray. I'm going to grab my powder brush and just do one last once over. No powder on the brush. Honestly, sometimes you do not need to pick up more product. 9 out of 10 times there is product on your brush. Who is texting me? As I was saying, 9 out of 10 times there is still a bit of powder on your powder brush, so you can still do a little bit of dusting and setting. Yeah, I really like. I hope you find some value in this video so you can do a little bit of happy shopping, up your makeup game. Please talk to me down in the comment section. Let me know if this video brought you value or simply entertained you. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Ijoma, and I'll see you soon.